Talk to interesting people, talk to people I agree with, talk to people I disagree with. Have civil conversations with people where you disagree with things. It's good for you too. All I do is just do what I enjoy doing. If I could do this for free, I would still do it.
Okay.
I enjoy it.
So you do this podcast.
Yeah.
You have no aspirations of this
Zero.
being the hugest thing ever, right?
I don't even have any aspirations for growth. I don't say, by this time next year, I'd like to have... Nope.
No, you just focus on
what I'm doing. Yeah.
Output.
I feel like everything else is a distraction. Like, as long as you're making enough money. Brian Count said something to me once, and I never forgot it. He said, and we were kids. We were in our 20s. He said, the only amount of money you need is so that you can go to a restaurant and not care what things cost. Everything else is bullshit. If you got enough money, you can go to a restaurant, you don't worry. Just order a bottle of wine, order meat, order whatever you want to eat. You don't have to think about the price. He goes, that's real freedom. Because everything else, like all that other shit, you forget, that's all just, it becomes complicated. You don't need that. Real freedom is the freedom to not worry about your bills. That's the real, I experienced that leap, that jump, when I got a development deal. So I was like, I guess I was 25, 26 maybe, 25. I got this development deal from Disney. And it was like $150,000, and I couldn't believe it. I had $150,000. This is nuts. And I felt like a physical weight lift over my shoulders. Because back then I was a road comic. You do a gig on Thursday, it's $200. You do a gig here, it's $150. You're scraping together enough money so that you could pay your bills and eat. And you were always worried about gigs. Always trying to fill my book. Always trying to call booking agents, drive to Connecticut, drive to Jersey. Where do I got to go to make some money? And it was all just trying to stay alive and trying to make it, right? Trying to become didn't really think I was a legit professional comedian. It could all go away. And so I got that development deal, and it was the nuttiest feeling in the world. It was like I felt lighter. Like I felt lighter. And then I was like, oh, that's the key. Like, get the monkey off your back. Get the bill monkey off your back. And that's the real freedom. The real freedom is not being rich. You don't feel any different being really rich other than the stuff that you can do. But the way you feel in the day is the same way you feel if your bills are paid. That's what you want. All that other shit is like... The other thing I noticed when I moved to California, it was the first time I had a nice apartment. And I'll never forget this either. I was sitting in my apartment, and it was a beautiful place in North Hollywood. It had a loft, I had a pool table in my apartment. I was like, this is amazing. How is this real? How is this mine? After a while, it just became my house. And then I realized, this is the same feeling I have when I'm home that I had in my shitty apartment in New York. It's the same feeling. Yeah. It's like, this is home. It's the same feeling. It's not better. It's not worth the amount of money that it costs if you're renting a house that's way over your budget and you're doing Uber just to try to pay your bills. It's not worth that. It's what's worth it is if it's comfortable. If you have a TV and you have a nice bed and you can cook your meals, you're good. That's what you need. That's all you need. Everything else is just like the amount of effort that you have to put in to make the amount of money to get all these other things leaves you in this constant state of anxiety. And I think people just get lost in this idea of constantly making more and getting more and chasing more. And I just concentrate on what I do. That's all I concentrate on. I concentrate on work. I concentrate
this life.
No, I mean, whoever you are,
okay.
How you feel, what is the thing that you're drawn to? For some people, it's architecture. They want to build houses. They're fascinated by the construction methods. They're fascinated by design, and they're just really drawn to want to build houses.
Yeah.
Some people want to make music. Some people are drawn to lyrics, and they're drawn to musical notes and bars and changes, and that's their thing. Everybody has some people have many things, and for some people that's their problem is they have so many things. True. It's hard to focus on one. But really the key, I think, to happiness in life is being honest with yourself and finding whatever it is that's attractive to you.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that draws you, whether it's animation or sculpture or making clothes. Everyone has a thing.
While you were talking there, I felt like I was in another dimension. It felt like I lost myself.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
That's the effect you talking about. I don't know. I'm thinking. I think I'm crazy.
Yeah, you're definitely crazy.
Yeah, a little
yeah,
bit.
thank you, of course. You have to be really great at anything.
Don't you
I
get
think
sometimes
you
like
have to be crazy?
You're doing something and then you have the feeling like
Yeah.
you're